here she is. This is Gigi. She's our little multi-poo. She is naughty. She's 9 pounds of pure naughty. Hey guys, happy Sunday. Well, for you, it'll probably be happy Monday or Tuesday by the time I get this video out. It is so beautiful out here. We are experiencing, I think it's kind of rare, a 70-something degree weekend near the end of October, which we usually have snow by now, which we did have a little bit of snow. We had some flurries, but today we're just trying to get the energy and the strength to get some stuff done while it's nice out. I have something really sad to report. We lost a puppy. We lost our dog. She wasn't a baby, but she was our baby. She was 12, and it was sudden because, you know, usually if a dog is terminal or a dog is sick, you have a little bit of time. And this time, we knew it was about a week ago Thursday that something wasn't right. Well, actually, it was a little more than that, but we got her into the vet a week ago Thursday. We got her into the animal hospital this past Tuesday, and they were feeling optimistic, and her little body started shutting down by Friday morning. And so Mike had to, he went to the animal hospital. I wanted to go too, but the same morning, Alex, our 13-year-old, he had 106 temperature, and his heart was racing out of his chest, and I had to take him to the hospital because nothing was open. And so Mike had to go and be with Gigi, and Hunter met her over there, and I took Alex to the hospital. And that was difficult because though it wasn't a choice, because I would of course be with my son, it was very difficult that I couldn't be with Mike and say goodbye to Gigi. So very different around here right now. Quiet. She was a yapper. Faith is very quiet. She's a big, gentle giant, and Gigi was she was 10 pounds and then 9 pounds, and when she passed, she was 8.5 pounds. She was just this little tiny bundle of energy. So this past weekend, I have not wanted to film. I did get a lot of projects done that I've been wanting to get done, but I just didn't have the energy to film. Mike and I, we canned French onion soup, and yesterday I pulled a wild turkey out of my freezer and I cooked that down and I canned that. I made a beautiful, beautiful broth with that. And also right now I've got some chicken bones and turkey bones in the cooker, and I've been boiling those for almost 24 hours to make bone broth. So we are trying to do things and still move on, but like I said, we just haven't wanted to film. So today we are going to film though. We are going to, the girls are fussing, they're coming out in a minute. So today we just want to take advantage of the yard. We want to put the tarps up around the chicken coop, or the chicken run, and the coop. We have a board that we screw in place. Mikey's been going all over the yard collecting things, like yard ornaments and different things to put up for the winter. And we're going to take the rest of the compost and layer it on the beds. So just trying to take advantage of this really, really beautiful weather. Poor Ruthie. Ruthie's going through a hard mold. Hello, baby. You don't want to pick up a chicken when their pin feathers are growing back in. It can be painful for them. That's why she looks so rough. She's looking like a vulture.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Tidy up.
Tidy up. nightmare of a barn right now. We have to get the mower back there and get the sweeper out here. What you say, honey?
Can we do it another day?
What a naughty chicken. What are you doing in here, Olive? What are you doing? Whoop. Hey. They're not supposed to, but they love hanging out in the barn. So this tarp right here we put up because in the summer the sun comes over and this whole area in here, they don't have any coverage from the sun. We don't worry too much about aerial predators in here because it's along the tree line. And hawks, they need a lot of space to fly in and swoop, and they really can't do that back here. Kind of worry about owls because we have our little bantam, but I'm just gonna go and cut this down. The sun is tipped far back behind the trees this time of year, so they really don't need the tarp. Hello, Tater. We also need these 5-foot posts because we noticed something has bent this. We used to have a plastic fencing in here and a big hole was chewed right through it. So I'm kind of thinking it could be a possum. This may be a raccoon. We have raccoons here. So we need to put a 5-foot post to fix that. What are you doing in here? I'm a little worried about you. Why are you laying on the bench? Huh? Why are you laying in here? We still have 2 girls giving us eggs. That's it. 2 girls. Hi. Mike and I, we're not like super handy. We don't know a lot about wood. But last winter, maybe it was 2 winters ago now, we took some insulation and we lined the whole inside of the coop area, because if you see, our barn is just it's just a sheet metal. It's all it is. And so that is very, very cold in the winter for the girls. And so, but if we were to just leave the insulation, they would have picked at it. So we did our best. We got it done. We use a poop board system to catch their droppings. And in the winter, instead of coming in here and, -10 and trying to get the poop out of here once a week, we will actually use the same stuff I use for the garlic. It's a $5 bag of pine shavings, and we'll do a deep litter method. Maybe once or twice a month, I'll come in here, we'll dump another bag, we'll turn everything over, there's no smell, and it actually keeps them warmer. So I'm just gonna go in here and do this poop board real quick.
Maybe she didn't get enough sleep last night.
We decided to go ahead and go with this canopy tarp because, like Mike says, the curtains are dark and they don't get a lot of light inside the coop. Or at least if they had a clear tarp, they'll get more light inside of there. So we're just gonna hang this up. It'll keep the draft out, but you always want to leave a little bit of a vent so that moisture can escape. Otherwise, they're gonna get frostbite on their combs and then on their wattles. Alright, so this will work. It's a greenhouse tarp. It'll keep some warmth in. It's very thick, reinforced. The first year we decided to do these really, really thin, like plastic table covers, and they just ripped. So this is going to be the second year using, like this is a new one for the inside, but the second year using the ones on the outside. They're still in great shape. And they stop a lot of the draft. All right, so we also like to take these tarps. We had them up just to block the sun in the summer, but we will cable tie these tarps down real tight, and it keeps not only like a vortex of wind going through here, but you know, it keeps the real bitter cold out. It does in their greenhouse tarps, so they do kind of warm up with the sun. And I like that they're white, that way it lets the light in there too. It doesn't get super dark. Another reason that we were just talking about was it keeps the snow out. We don't want the run to fill up with snow. They will spend 95% of their time inside the run. So, wow, look at these feathers. They're all molting really bad. He's amended all the beds now, but this last one over here, got some more compost to put in there. In that bucket over there, we've got ash from the fireplace. Faith is usually a mama's girl, but she's been hanging out with Mike, following Mike all over the yard. We know that she's missing Gigi too. So I think we're gonna stop right now. We got the back two portions, back two canopies up. We don't usually start doing that till like the 1st of November, but I remember last year our fingers were frozen trying to zip tie the tarp onto the run. These vultures are flying all over tonight. So, as far as winterizing the coop, winterizing the run, remember chickens do not need heat. I mean, unless you're up in Alaska and you're dropping 30, 40 below. I don't know how cold Alaska gets, but we have a couple days where the wind chill's like -20. But for the most part, chickens do really well when it's cool out, cold out. I would not heat. I would never heat. I'm not going to condemn anybody from doing that, but there are chicken pages on social media, and you hear horror stories of barns and houses going up in flames because people want to heat the coops. So, I mean, you don't put air conditioning inside your coops. So why would you feel the need to heat it? Anyway, Mike's just trying to get a big fire going, and you know, a lot of stuff that we've been collecting over the past month or two. He's gonna try to get it to go up in flames. But look at these, you can see these vultures, they're just going nuts. There's like 6 or 7 of them that keep flying around. I don't know what's dead. They never harm the chickens. We never worry about vultures, turkey vultures, because they leave them alone. They like dead things. Look at them all. Got a bunch of ashes in my hair. I think that's probably all we're gonna do today. Mike and I, we can't seem to find the energy to keep doing stuff. Mike does. Mike more so than me, but we're pretty sad. This is only let's see, we put her to sleep on Friday, and this is just Sunday. So it's gonna take a little while. I think it's because it was just so sudden, but is what is so painful about it. So we started on the winterizing of the coop, and we finished amending all of the beds. And Mike's getting this pile burned down. And I think that's what we're gonna call it good today. Losing a pet so suddenly has been very difficult for us. You know, and we had both said together that the sounds are it's just deafening. The silence is deafening. Because she was a little yapper. I mean, I moved out of bed and she was just following me because she wanted to be, you know, fed at 5 o'clock in the morning. Or she'd shake her head and you'd hear her collar. You hear her little feet going across the wood floor. So, it's just little things like that. You know, the front door would open, any door would open, anything would knock. You'd hear anything and all that has stopped. But we know that she's in a better place. We feel like if we would have brought her home, she would have been on insulin. She would have been on liver medication. Her pancreas was shutting down. She was losing her sight, we found out. She was starting to limp. They also did an ultrasound and we found out that she had little tumors. So we know that it was time, but it's just difficult to, it's just difficult. Mike's looking a little rough. He needs a shave.
I mean morning.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be it from us. You know, when you're grieving, when you're in mourning, your body it takes a physical hit too, not just your mind and your heart. And I have felt like I've got, you know, an extra 100 pounds on my back and on my arms. I think we've done just about all that we can do. We did take advantage of this beautiful, beautiful weekend. I didn't mention in here, but also my uncle, he lived with us for 2.5 years, and Mike and I, we took care of him around the clock, and he passed away last weekend. We had his funeral last weekend. And so there's been a lot of loss, a lot of grieving, sadness around here, but we're gonna move forward. Alex, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about him, but they mentioned meningitis. He does not have meningitis. He has strep. So he is being treated for strep. I'm going to head and make dinner. I think tonight we're going to do chicken enchiladas. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time. Have a blessed week. Gigi has a new food, and she does this little happy thing when she gets her new food. You want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Yeah? Do you want it? Are you excited? Are you excited?